Did you know that one of Asia's smallest nations holds the power to shake the confidence of the world's most powerful rising empire? On paper, China is a giant, the world's second-largest economy, a military with millions of personnel and ambitions stretching across oceans. Yet, despite this massive power, there is one country that quietly makes Beijing nervous. That country is not Japan, not India, not even the United States. It is the Philippines, an island nation of just over 110 million people, often underestimated, often overlooked, but impossible for China to ignore. In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden reasons why China secretly fears the Philippines. From its unique geography that acts as an immovable shield, to its powerful alliances, to its modernization efforts, cultural influence, and China's own internal struggles, the Philippines plays a much larger role in global affairs than most people realize. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this Southeast Asian nation keeps Beijing awake at night, and why the Philippines is far more important than the world gives it credit for. The South China Sea is one of the most contested waters on Earth. It is not just a regional dispute, it is a global choke point. Nearly 1/3 of all global shipping passes through these waters. Trillions of dollars in goods flow through this region every year. Beneath the waves are untapped reserves of oil and natural gas. Control over the South China Sea means control over vital trade routes, resources, and strategic positioning. China claims nearly all of it, marked by what it calls the 9-dash line, a sweeping claim that extends thousands of kilometers from its shores, covering waters that legally belong to other countries, including Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and most importantly, the Philippines. In 2016, the Philippines took China to court, and the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled decisively in favor of the Philippines. The tribunal declared that China's 9-dash line had no legal basis. Beijing dismissed the ruling, but the damage was done. A nation many times smaller, with far fewer resources, had taken on China in an international arena and won. For Beijing, this was not just a legal defeat, but a humiliation, proof that even small countries could challenge its narrative and expose its aggression. Now, let's talk geography, the nightmare of every Chinese strategist. The Philippines sits at the heart of what military analysts call the first island chain. This chain runs from Japan through Taiwan and the Philippines and down toward Malaysia. It forms a natural barrier, preventing China's naval forces from freely accessing the Pacific Ocean. Think about it this way: for China to project its power outward, to truly become a global naval superpower, it must first break out of this island chain. But the Philippines stands right in the middle of it. Its islands stretch across critical sea lanes, controlling choke points that Chinese warships must pass through. Naval experts often describe the Philippines as an unsinkable aircraft carrier. Unlike a ship, it cannot be sunk or moved. Its islands are permanent fixtures, providing natural bases for surveillance, defense, and offensive operations. Luzon in the north is just a short distance from Taiwan, another flashpoint that Beijing obsesses over. Palawan, in the west, sits close to the disputed Spratly Islands. From these positions, the Philippines can monitor, intercept, and challenge Chinese movements. This is why Beijing sees the Philippines not just as a neighbor, but as a gatekeeper, one that holds the keys to China's dreams of becoming a true naval power. Geography makes the Philippines strategically valuable. But alliances turn that geography into a deadly advantage. The Philippines is one of America's oldest allies in Asia. The Mutual Defense Treaty, signed in 1951, guarantees that if the Philippines is attacked, the United States is obligated to come to its defense. For decades, this treaty has served as a powerful deterrent against aggression. But in recent years, the partnership has grown even stronger. Under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, the U.S. now has access to multiple bases in the Philippines. These include locations in Luzon, just a stone's throw away from Taiwan, and in Palawan, close to the South China Sea. These bases are not just symbolic. They are being actively developed with new infrastructure, runways, and storage facilities that can host American troops, aircraft, and ships. But the Philippines isn't just leaning on the U.S. It has expanded military ties with Japan, Australia, and South Korea. Japan has pledged military aid and patrol vessels. Australia has joined joint exercises in Philippine waters. Even European countries like France and the United Kingdom have expressed interest in conducting freedom of navigation patrols in the South China Sea. This network of alliances means that an attack on the Philippines is not just an attack on one nation. It risks drawing in the world's most powerful militaries. For China, this makes direct confrontation a dangerous gamble. Critics once mocked the Philippine armed forces as outdated, underfunded, and incapable of defending the nation. But that narrative is changing. The Philippines has launched an ambitious modernization program, acquiring new fighter jets, naval ships, missile defense systems, and coastal radars. Through cooperation with allies, its capabilities are expanding. The presence of U.S. forces and equipment pre-positioned in Philippine bases transforms the country into a forward operating hub. In times of conflict, these bases could serve as launching points for rapid deployment, surveillance, and defense, not just for the Philippines, but for allied powers. Imagine the nightmare this poses for Beijing. A ring of bases, armed with modern weapons and supported by global superpowers, sitting right on China's doorstep. Every move the Chinese Navy makes in the South China Sea can be tracked. Every attempt to expand outward faces resistance. The Philippines, once dismissed, is becoming a formidable thorn in Beijing's side. But China's fear is not just about land, bases, or treaties. It is about people. The Filipino spirit is resilient, and its global reach is unmatched. Over 10 million Filipinos live abroad, forming one of the largest diaspora communities in the world. They are nurses in hospitals across Europe, engineers in the Middle East, domestic workers in Hong Kong, and seafarers on ships that keep global trade flowing. This diaspora is more than just a workforce. It is a network of influence. It spreads Filipino culture, values, and goodwill across the globe. In times of crisis, this network rallies support for the Philippines, shaping international opinion and generating sympathy that Beijing cannot easily counter. And at home, the Filipino people have shown time and again that they will resist intimidation. Protests, calls for sovereignty, and grassroots movements make it clear. The Philippines may be smaller than China, but it will not simply bow down. Now, let's flip the lens and look at China itself. On the surface, it projects strength, but underneath, Beijing faces challenges that make the Philippines even harder to deal with. The Chinese economy is slowing, burdened by debt, a collapsing real estate sector, and declining foreign investment. Its population is shrinking, with fewer young people to support an aging society. Social unrest simmers beneath the surface, fueled by inequality and political repression. Externally, China faces pushback from the U.S., Japan, India, and other powers. Sanctions, trade disputes, and diplomatic friction strain its ambitions. Against this backdrop, the Philippines becomes a symbol of resistance. It is a small nation that refuses to be bullied, backed by allies, and strategically positioned to frustrate Beijing's expansion. For China, this is a nightmare combination: internal weakness plus external resistance, embodied in the defiance of the Philippines. So why does China secretly fear the Philippines? Because the Philippines represents everything Beijing cannot control. Its geography blocks China's naval expansion. Its alliances multiply the risks of aggression. Its modernization programs turn it from a weak neighbor into a capable partner. Its people, both at home and abroad, spread influence that money cannot buy. And its very existence as a defiant, resilient nation exposes China's vulnerabilities to the world. For Beijing, the Philippines is not just a neighbor. It is a reminder that even small countries can stand tall, that even underdogs can resist giants, and that sometimes strength is not measured in numbers or weapons, but in unity, courage, and position. So what do you think? Is the Philippines truly China's greatest fear, or is Beijing playing a longer, more dangerous game? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you want more untold stories, hidden truths, and world-shaping insights, don't forget to like this video, Share it with your friends and subscribe to Philippines Uncovered, because the more you uncover, the more powerful knowledge becomes.